The Simpsons is one of the most beloved and longest-running cartoons of all time. Praised for its comedy and biting satire, The Simpsons is one of the few shows to keep its material relevant ever since its debut in 1989. But as the show went on, viewers began picking up on strange happenings in earlier seasons of the show that were beginning to happen in the real world. Welcome to Trending 10s, and these are the top 10 times that The Simpsons predicted the future, with 100% accuracy. Number 10. The Rolling Stones. While The Simpsons certainly didn't predict the band itself, they certainly predicted how long they would be around. The Rolling Stones are one of the most legendary and influential bands of all time, as well as one of the longest running, having released their first album in 1964 and are still performing to this day in 2016, over 50 years later. Well, if you take a look at episode 19 of season 6, which aired in 1995, you can spot a poster for a 2010 Rolling Stones tour titled The Steel Wheelchair Tour. Obviously a poke at how absurd the idea of the Rolling Stones performing in the 21st century was. But, absurd or not, the Rolling Stones are still playing to this day, and are going on 55 years as an active band. Number 9. Guitar Hero. Speaking of the Rolling Stones, here's another prediction featuring the iconic band. In season 14, episode 2, How I Spent My Strummer Vacation, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards present Homer with a jacket that reads Guitar Hero. This episode aired in 2002, and the first Guitar Hero game was released in 2005, and the Rolling Stones have been featured many times throughout the Hero franchise. Number 8. Siri. In episode 8 of season 6, Lisa on Ice, Kearney asks his buddy to take a note on his Newton, which was a flopped Apple product. After writing in Beat Up Martin, the machine interprets it as Eat Up Martha. This became strangely relevant after Apple revealed Siri to the world, a companion that famously struggled with just about everything you said to her in the beginning of her career as a digital assistant. According to Apple employees, they also looked to the Simpsons episode as inspiration for when they were first designing the iPhone's keyboard, as they didn't want the episode to be relevant for another one of their ambitious products. Number 7. Mutant Tomatoes. In 1999, The Simpsons made a joke about radiation in the atmosphere creating mutant tomatoes in episode 5 of season 11. E-I-E-I-Do. Well, as it turns out, this joke wasn't too far-fetched. In 2013, a farm in Japan located near a power plant started spawning deformed, almost alien-looking vegetables. In March of 2011, the Fukushima power plant had a meltdown, and many pointed to this event to be the cause of the massive cabbages, conjoined peaches, and tomatoes with strange growths that all appeared in 2013. Number 6. Farmville. Now, when mobile games started to rise in popularity, one of the biggest was Farmville, a game where the player could grow and maintain their own farm. Now, while this may seem like a bizarre concept for a video game, you can only imagine how bizarre it must have sounded back in 1998, when the gaming industry was still kind of finding its footing. In episode 12 of season 9, Bart Carney, the children of Springfield are so excited to try out a new video game titled Yard Work Simulator. Little did they know that in 2009, a yard work simulation game would end up being one of the most popular games in the world. Number 5. The Faulty Voting Machine. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 19, which aired in 2008, Homer goes to a voting machine to participate in the 2008 election between Barack Obama and John McCain. When he selects Obama, however, the machine lights up McCain instead. 4 years later, in the 2012 election between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney, an eerily similar occurrence took place in Pennsylvania. A voter took a video of himself pressing the button for Obama, but the machine lit up Romney instead. Now, not only was the prediction of faulty voting machines strange, but the fact that both The Simpsons and the real-life machines had issues accepting votes for Obama, and the fact that the machine in the episode and the machine in real life looked almost identical, that's a little bit too much to just say coincidence. Number 4. Tourists don't respect signs. Now, this next entry is representative of all tourist attractions that expect their guests to respect the warnings written on signs. In episode 13 of season 20, Lisa encounters a sign that hilariously reads, "Keep out," or "Enter." I'm a sign, not a cop. And that pretty much sums up modern-day tourist mentality. If there's not a security guard around, good luck getting people to respect your signs. Number 3. The iPod. While the iPod device itself may not have appeared in The Simpsons, we definitely got something that looked eerily similar well before the iPod was invented. In episode 5 of season 8, Bart After Dark, there's a scene where a mob is opening a gate, but the high-tech intercom looks exactly like the original iPod, which wouldn't be introduced to the world for another 5 years, as this episode aired in 1996, and the iPod itself wasn't revealed until 2001. So while the device may not have been predicted, Apple may have looked to The Simpsons for some aesthetic inspiration. Number 2. Late Beatles replies. Everyone loves hearing about their favorite bands. In season 2, The Simpsons made a joke about Ringo Starr taking decades to reply to fan mail. Now, while this may seem ridiculous, it actually came true in a way in September of 2013. Two fans, Barbara Bezant and Lynn Jeffries, had sent in a tape to the Beatles in 1963 when they were just teenagers. They were then surprised to receive a thank you letter from Sir Paul McCartney half a century later, when they were both 67 and 69 years old. Better late than never, I suppose. And finally, in our number 1 spot, President Donald Trump. Now, you probably all saw this one coming. Perhaps the most bizarre prediction by any TV show in the history of bizarre TV show predictions, this episode titled Bart to the Future aired in the year 2000, a whole 16 years before the election that would make it come true. In this episode, Bart gets a chance to look into the future, and what he sees is definitely strange. His sister, Lisa, becomes the first woman president of the United States. However, in one part of the episode, Lisa is talking to her cabinet and makes a comment about how the country has inherited great debt from President Trump.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke.
When asked about this joke, Simpsons writer Dan Greaney stated that we need Lisa to have problems that were beyond her fixing, that everything went as bad as it possibly could. And that's why we had Trump be president before her. Now, while this prediction is quite incredible, let's hope that the reasoning behind it doesn't come true as well. But alright, there we go guys, that's it for our list of the top 10 times that The Simpsons predicted the future. As the longest running animated program in history, they've certainly gotten a lot of things right. But alright, thanks so much for watching guys, and if you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe for more great content. And as always, thanks so much for watching Trending 10s, where we bring you what's viral right now.